Hello beautiful souls, Michelle McCoy here with Autumn Flow, and in today's tutorial we're going to be learning the double wedgie, which many of you have requested, so I'm psyched to share this with you. So I'm going to show it to you and then we'll break it down. So fun. Okay, so a prerequisite for this move is definitely single hoop wedgie on both sides. Very important. You definitely want to make sure you're very confident in your wedgie on both sides and that you are using the right size hoop. So I am using my two 5/8 28-inch hoops. I got my UV green and my UV yellow. I love the combination of these colors together, and they're real pretty on video. They pop. So the size of your hoop is important. You want to make sure that your hoop comes below your inseam, the inside of your leg. If it comes up any higher than that, then when you're doing your wedgie, the hoop is going to be clinking on the ground, throwing you off. So you really want to make sure that when you're doing a regular wedgie, the hoop is not hitting the ground. I have found that if the hoop is too small, it's really hard to transition into the double wedgie, and it's a lot harder to control because the momentum is going to be faster. So now that we got our hoops, we're going to jump right in. We're going to start by going over the main requirements needed for a single wedgie, because these concepts need to be incorporated into your double wedgie, but emphasized. So for a single wedgie, you're squeezing the hoop in between your thighs, right? The hoop is swinging down and up on one side of your body, coming into contact with your back side of your body, and then down below in front of your ankle. What I see a lot of people do when they're first starting out is stepping into each hoop and then immediately from there just trying to go right into the double wedgie. That is not what I would recommend. Let's put the hoops in front of us, step in with one foot through one hoop, step into the other hoop with your other foot. So the hoops now are touching each other in between your legs. So you want to keep a hold of both hoops, bring one down and the other up over your shoulder, okay? So this hoop, you could go right into a wedgie. This hoop, you could go right into a wedgie. So this hoop is on the downswing of a wedgie. This hoop is on the upswing of a wedgie. Starting in this position is really, really gonna give you a head start with building the momentum that is crucial for this trick. Momentum, momentum. Did I mention momentum? Okay, so now let go of the hoop on the bottom. Make sure that you got a nice tight squeeze. You want to make sure that the hoops are close together, because if they're too separated, they're going to go at different speeds and that's not going to work. So when you release the top hoop, you're going to shift your torso to the other side, just as if the upswing of this hoop is going into the wedgie and the downswing of your bottom hoop is going up into the wedgie. So that's what the double wedgie is there's both doing a wedgie simultaneously on opposite sides of your body. So just really pay attention to your setup here. The hardest part of this trick, guys, I really think is just keeping that momentum. And you really have to, see, I'm like out of breath already. You really have to put in a lot more of that movement than you think you do. Do as much as you can. So let's do it again. I'm gonna show it to you from the other side now. Okay, I point my toe a little bit so that I can bring the hoop over more, because if it was flat, I wouldn't be able to bring it all the way over. My hoops are nice and close together. Okay, good. I'm gonna bring this bottom hoop, push it down. march, 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 march. You're gonna really hear that whooshing sound of the hoop. So I'm gonna give you some troubleshooting tips. Again, you're not gonna get this the first time. You're gonna get this down in levels. First, you're gonna kind of clink around a little bit and not have that muscle memory built up, not be going fast enough. There's gonna be one thing that's off that you don't quite have down yet. If you start here, pay attention to what's happening. What's happening? My hoops are not close enough together. Okay, so let's bring my hoops closer together. Okay, they're closer together. Good. Okay, good. Now what's happening? One's dropping down. You got to squeeze your thighs together way more than you think you would. Again, with a single wedgie, and everything is emphasized in a double wedgie. Okay, so now let's try again. We got the momentum down. Good, good. Okay, good, we got the momentum down. Now what went wrong? I'm not twisting my torso. You see that? Let's do that again. You guys see where all of this is coming into play here? All of it together. So, again, okay, squeeze. Twisting my torso. Momentum. Squeeze, push, squeeze, push, squeeze, push, squeeze, push. We got it. Okay, so that is the double wedgie in a nutshell. I would recommend practicing this trick not in slippery leggings like these. And again, make sure that you have the right size hoop, grip tape, or having the inside of the hoop sanded would probably help. And just be patient with yourself, guys. This took me a while to get down. And if you start out your double wedgie and the first couple rounds are kind of clinky, just keep going. Sometimes you kind of just have to like build up that momentum with each rotation. So I was trying to mess up there on purpose, it didn't work. So if you start out and you're kind of clinking around, just keep pushing through it. And they'll probably eventually come together. It's exhausting, especially while talking. So if you're feeling fairly confident with your doubles wedgie, or somewhat confident, and you're ready to play around with some ways to transition in and out of it, because transitioning with the new move is part of the learning process. The transitions are just as important as the movement themselves. So sometimes piecing them together can help you tweak things out. So one of the most common ones is from a walk the dog, which I honestly don't know if I can pull off in this confined little spot. I'll attempt it. If I can't, I'll just explain it to you. Hey, I actually got it. That's fun. That's a fun beginner move to transition into it. A little bit of a more advanced one, that is one of my favorites, which again, I did not prepare for this transition very well because I'm wearing slippery leggings, so let's see if I can pull this one off, is leg hooping with one hoop, flowing with the other one, going into one leg hooping, and then grabbing it and bringing it over your head while bringing the other hoop down, stepping into it, and then going into your double hoop wedgie. So another transition into a double wedgie that I really love, especially if you are in a routine where you would like to add a hoop. First, starting out just with a single hoop. I would like to add my second hoop now, but I don't want to stop flowing, so I'm just gonna continue flowing, and bam, nice and sneaky. keep hitting that darn bush. Okay, so a couple ways to transition out of this move. The simplest one is you're in your move. I'm gonna be doing this with the green hoop. So when the green hoop's starting to lose it, so I'm gonna increase my momentum here. I got it back. I'm gonna do it with the green hoop, catch it in my left hand. On the upswing, you want to bend one leg up, the same leg that's on the side of your body where your arm is out, and lift the top hoop up over your head. And now it's off your body. That's a really fun move because you get a moment to pause. Like that, strike a pose. Bam. The last couple tips that I want to mention real quick that are very easily overlooked with a lot of other hoop moves as well is this. Don't look down the whole time. Don't screw up your posture. Keep your chin up, looking nice and confident. My other tip is to be aware of what your arms are doing, okay? You don't want them to be like awkwardly like out like this. Don't worry about that when you're first learning it, but once you start to feel a little bit more confident, find a pose that is more visually appealing that you're comfortable with. For me, my go-to move is always just to like bring my hands up to my head. That's what I usually do. I don't have a lot of other go-to hand movements. I have long, lanky, awkward arms. I just do it without even thinking about it. I just bring my arms up to my head. So when you are in your double wedgie, feel it. Feel the tension between your thighs. Look up, be confident. Speed up that momentum. I'm losing my breath. So now I'm gonna bring my awareness to my breath, okay? You really wanna practice incorporating all of these concepts. It's not just about how you break down the double wedgie move. It's about all of the other concepts that you can incorporate into it. So guys, I could literally make this like a 3-hour tutorial and go on, sharing tips and transitions with you, but I'm gonna stop myself now because this is probably gonna be long enough. Thank you so much for joining me. Let me know if you have any questions. Keep at it, don't give up. Everything looks weird and feels weird in the beginning. You just gotta stick with it, practice, patience, perseverance. And let's add some passion in there too.